Hi, welcome to my channel, Intentional with Jennifer. I'm Jennifer. A little bit about myself. This is my first foray into doing my own YouTube videos. So this one is not going to be highly curated. It will get there, but I am just jumping in. I'm jumping in where I'm at. I have had a huge problem with perfectionism in the past where I wouldn't do things until I knew it could be perfect. And that prevented me from trying a lot of things in life. And my channel is about intentional living. And so to start that out, I did a Google search of is what I think intentional living? Because sometimes we think of things in our own way. And so I thought, well, let me look it up and see. And so when I looked it up, it said intentional, and I'm reading from this paper, so sorry, I got to look down. Intentional living is the practice of consciously aligning your actions, decisions, and daily life with your core values, beliefs, and goals to create a purposeful and fulfilling life. And for me, yeah, that totally hit on it. So I would love it if you would go on this journey with me, uh, learn all the ins and outs of YouTube alongside me. I have watched some amazing creators. I have seen some really fun, well curated, well edited videos where I'm like, shh, Mama's show is on. And I would like to get to that point. Today's video is not that. I just wanted to get started. Like every day, there's been something to prevent me from getting started. And I'm not going to lie to you. This is like the fifth take. And why is it the fifth take? Because one time my husband walked out in the middle of it. Another time, like I had to sneeze. And I'm thinking, okay, I could edit these and so on and so forth. But I, if I wait until I learn how to do all the editing for YouTube, this video won't come. And I just want to get started and just jump right in because I'm really excited to trek on this journey. I did spend, a good amount of time on TikTok, not huge amounts. I mean, it was less than a year, but I ended up with over 1,000 followers. And I was like, oh, well, let me do the little TikTok shop thing. And here's what I found from that. I'm not a short form person. I can make a long story. I mean, not a long story. I can make a short story long, and they are like quick, single niche. And I'm not a single niche person. I am multifaceted, like pretty much everybody else out there. I tried to do the intentional living there because for me, it's like all your ins and outs of your daily existence. And that might be baking, cooking, gardening, housework. It might be traveling. It's raising kids. It's, just the daily grind and how you're handling that a day in and day out. And that to me that's everything. I really want to be able to be a girl's girl. I love when women are supporting women. I want that to be a real part of what I do in my existence. And I have, by and large, done that. I've done a lot of volunteer work with Girl Scouts for over 20 years. And not all of that time were my own daughters a part of it. Some of that time, my daughters were not a part of it. And so for me, I thought, you know what? I can be sharing myself with other people in a way that can just be fun, or it can be meaningful, and it can be everything in between. That's what I'm trying to do here now. So if you want to go on this journey with me while I learn how to navigate YouTube and while I share the things that I'm doing for intentional living and what that means to me, and hopefully you will share what it means to you, and we can actually just have a really fun dialogue about it. I have been watching so many different videos for so many different people, and I have to say there's been a lot of really, really wonderful ones. But in this last year, I really got into wearing makeup again. I hadn't done it in forever. And I used to love, love, love. wearing like purples and blues and all of that. And I thought, I'm 52 years old. Like, is that something a 52-year-old woman can do? Does it look childish? Does it look like you're trying too hard to be young? I'm not trying to not be my age. I just, don't see why I can't try to have fun with my makeup. And I came across Linda from Glitter Fallout. And if you haven't seen her, I'm gonna try really hard to link her account because she's done some really fun things. And she's got these like awesome makeup looks. She does like the duochromes and shimmers and all this stuff and the fun eyeliners. And I have loved watching her stuff. So Linda, if you ever see it, you've really helped me feel inspired to be able to play with my makeup and also be intentional and conscientious with my use. Because although you have said you have got this crazy large collection, and it came because you were doing all this other work, and that's not just like what an average person has. I've appreciated the things that you've shared. And I just recently watched one of Linda's videos about, the rules she set up for herself of when she's allowed to go purchase something. And I'm not going to be able to paraphrase it in a way that does that video justice. I really cannot. So I'm not going to try, but I am going to tell you, go take a look at Linda at Glitter Fallout's video on, the rules of when she's allowed to purchase things. And she said, sometimes I don't follow my own rules, but most of the time she tries to. And it was fun because, yeah, I've been doing a lot of the same stuff with myself. Last year in 2025, I really did go a little hog wild. I did. I reached rouge status at Sephora. I am not finding that to be a flex. I am simply stating I went wild and crazy. I fully went into what we are referring to as my bougie era. My husband knows that I'm in that bougie era, but also I want to be conscientious of my use. I'm not going to be doing a no buy. I'm not going to be doing an official low buy. I'm just doing it conscientious at this point. I have a nice variety of different things. I love beautiful eyeshadows. I don't like the great big huge palettes. They are too much for me to handle. I can't manage that business. I like the little quads. I do like having variety. I don't like doing the same makeup look every day. I love blushes and lippies. I did get a little bit excited in that area. I will not lie to you. But I also recently, to be conscientious, made a spreadsheet of all my stuff. I went through my Sephora app and I put everything in according to purchase date. I went through my Amazon. I went through my Target. I went through all my apps so that I could log all my stuff, all my beauty stuff, my cleansers, my moisturizers, my eye serums, my eyeshadows, eyeliners, blah, 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 all the stuff. To just be conscientious about stuff because that is a part of my intentional living, being conscientious about the resources that I'm using, how I am contributing to the landfill, where I'm able to cut back on things without feeling like I've put myself on such a huge restriction that I'm not enjoying life. Because there were many years when I was in the weeds of living that I would not say that I was enjoying life. I did have a lot of enjoyment in my life, but I was not joyful every day. I was in the weeds. Like I was raising the kids. I was, at times working or volunteering. I was on my own a lot because my husband worked really hard. He was gone a lot for work. He just did so much to take care of our family in that capacity. But you can't be at work and at home simultaneously most of the time. And so that meant he wasn't home. And I was on my own. I did not have family in the area. I had friends, but I also am so bad about asking for help. I struggle to ask for help. I can't do it on a regular basis. And I did have something happen in my life in 2017 that I really needed to ask for help, and I didn't. My kids and I banded together and we did work as hard as we could. And that's when my intentional living began, but it was forced upon me. And that is a story I will share later. But I just wanted to jump in without editing, without fun graphics, and just introduce myself. I'm Jennifer. I'm 52. I have 4 beautiful children, 3 of which are adults. One is a teenage boy. I have a beautiful grandbaby who's almost 3, and I am working every day to live my life intentionally. So come along with me on this journey while I learn how to navigate YouTube, while I share with these beautiful things that I've been learning from all of these other beautiful creators. Like I said, you check out Linda at Glitter Fallout. She's got some really fun makeup looks and really some really good information about how to enjoy your stuff, and but without like tormenting yourself with stuff you hate, and you know getting to do the things but within some limits. So that's it in a nutshell. I am going to be sharing all sorts of things. I'm going to be sharing my empties because I find it's really helpful. And when you're trying to be intentional, know how long it takes you to use something and what you enjoy using and what you want to use again. I will be sharing my daily makeup drawer. I don't have a drawer. I have a tiny little section in my bathroom that I can pull a few items for the month out. I will love to share that with you. So if you enjoy watching other people shop my stash and their, their daily makeup drawers, I'm doing something similar, but on a much tinier scale. It works for me. And I was really inspired when I saw some of these other women doing it. And it let me know that I could do it too. Like, there's no reason why I can't. So join me on this journey. Uh, if you have suggestions on uh, resources that you use for editing your videos, for creating the cool graphics, to be able to put in your videos and things like that, I am open and receptive. I fully expect that there could be some people that say malicious things. I know that's a part of this. I tend to ignore the haters. I reached an age that I hit menopause, and the F's to give, I don't know. I can't find them anymore. Like, I just can't find them. So I would love to hear from those that are in a similar stage of life, that you're wanting to just find joy in the daily stuff and share in our crazy adventures together. Over the time of this, I expect to be sharing when I travel. I expect to be sharing when I do fun projects around my house. I expect to be sharing funny stories of things that my grandchild is doing, or the random shouts that I'm hearing from my 13-year-old son as he's gaming. I'm just looking forward to sharing all the stuff. So my hope is that my mic did not give out. I said I've recorded multiple times. I had a whole hour of because my mic gave out and I didn't know. So I'm hoping I've got this little thing up here that looks like it says 12 minutes. I hope it's telling me I got 12 minutes left of my mic, because it is doing a countdown. And I guess we'll see. So hopefully this one recorded. I would love if you join me on this journey. I'm looking forward to learning how to do all of this. I have put off starting these videos because I wasn't ready. And every day I'm like, I'm still not more ready today than I was yesterday. And I'm really good though at, once I have something to work with, that then I get excited and motivated and I start doing the thing more. So that's what happened